This upset did not stop Omid Scobie from continuing his promotional tour and appearing on a program on British television this morning on ITV, promoting his new book about the British royal family, Endgame. Mind you, what the public was expecting as a collection of teeth-grinding stories about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and their grievances against the royal family turned out to be a slightly larger affliction. In the Dutch language version of Endgame, the names of two royal racists whom Meghan Markle had named in private correspondence with King Charles III unexpectedly appeared. Meghan, after she and Harry said in an interview with Oprah Winfrey that a certain unnamed member of the royal family expressed concern about the color of their firstborn son Archie's skin, wrote a letter to Prince at the time Charles, in which she reported that there were two royal racists, named their names and said that she was concerned about the unconscious bias of members of the royal family on the issue of race, which sooner or later, in Meghan Markle's opinion, would come back on them. And so it came to pass the Dutch version of Endgame names the royal racists King Charles III himself, with whom Meghan corresponded, clearly blackmailing him and demanding preferential treatment for silence, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, kicking whom for the Duchess of Sussex, the greatest pleasure. Speaking on British television, Omid Scobie denied, as he had previously, that he had ever mentioned the names of racist royals in his book and complained that he had been treated unfairly. However, he immediately, at the start of his appearance on ITV's This Morning program, denied accusations that he was Meghan's mouthpiece or her chatty fan. He also denied that the names of two royal racists in the Dutch edition of his book were a stunt, but did not apologize for the scandal. He said, "I am not their Sussex friend. I have never spoken to Meghan or shared information with her," adding that he was not friends with the Sussexes and that he himself and his book Endgame had been unfairly criticized. "I knew this book would cause controversy, whether it was about race or the palace's relationship with the press. I never expected it to be presented fairly and received without bias. A lot of it was about me. I was unfairly attacked. I knew this book would cause controversy because it obviously touches on subjects that the royal correspondents often shy away from. I had no idea it would be fairly presented in the papers, but it was disheartening to see so much written about the book, and most of what was written was not true." The hunt for who leaked the letters with the names of royal family members to Omid Scobie continues, but a senior palace source said the previous night that it was vanishingly unlikely that the disgusting and deliberate attack came from inside the royal court. Legal experts have suggested that privacy-conscious Meghan and Harry should seek an injunction against the reprinting of the names that appear in the Dutch translation, which was taken off the shelves 48 hours ago. It would also prove whether the Sussexes are serious about building bridges with Harry's family. After all, they vowed in an interview with Oprah Winfrey, not to release the names of those members of the royal family who expressed concern about their child's skin color. There was one royal racist at the time, though. Royal expert Phil Dampier believes the scandal in Holland has caused even more unrest among royal family members. He told Mail Online Buckingham Palace will be scratching their heads and wondering what the best thing to do about it is. The fact that these names have appeared on the internet. In this global world we live in, you can easily find out the names. To hide them after a leak like that is farcical. And so I can understand why Piers Morgan named the names of the racist royals, Carl and Catherine, on his talk program Uncensored Author. But whether that was wise, only time will tell. He added, "I don't believe for a second that either of the two people named are racists." King's commentator Richard Fitzwilliams, for his part, said on the matter, "I'm afraid Omid Scobie is proving that he is a consummate figure when it comes to sensation-seeking." In his book, Scobie makes it clear that he believes the monarchy is in decline, perhaps terminal decline. He sees the chance to embarrass it under strange circumstances. A senior palace source told The Sun this letter from Meghan to Carl is under lock and key and No one in the king's entourage would divulge its contents to anyone. In all likelihood, the name leak was carried out by someone in the Sussex camp. This is a disgusting and deliberate attack. One of Britain's leading media lawyers, Mark Stevens, has called on Sussex to sue Omid Scobie for breach of confidentiality. He has let the cat out of the bag, and they could also get an injunction against publishing the names around the world. And that could be a great symbol of the Sussex's rapprochement with the royal family. Speaking to the U.S. edition of Newsweek, Mark Stevens said, "The Sussexes should stop him, Omid Scobie, or anyone else from repeating information that should never have seen the light of day. The way Harry and Meghan can demonstrate that they didn't want to see this in the public domain is to get an injunction against the person who violated their trust. The moral imperative is that they should, given their well-known concerns about privacy and the fact that other family members suffer as much as they do from invasion of privacy, do what they can to prevent further developments."